Hey everyone, welcome to Chanel's Reality. I'm Chanel and this is my reality. Um I wanted to come on here and talk today a little bit. I just want to what's the right word? I would love to have an honest, real conversation about why society is perfectly fine with RAP culture. Like, why are we so Gucci overall? Why are we so comfortable um, with that? Does anyone know? I would love to have a conversation about that because I can't understand it to save my life. Hold on one second. Yes. Sorry, guys. Um, so yeah, I want to know why is our society so cool with RAP culture? I really honestly, I don't get it. I don't understand it. It is very mesmerizing and perplexing to me. I don't get it. So I want to have a real conversation, like a deeper, I would say, conversation, so that maybe I can understand better because I truly don't get how, with everything that we've seen, even the proof of what happened to Cassie on that CNN videotape, people still was like, well, she stayed around and she should have left and on and on and on. And it just is very, 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 very perplexing to me. Um, so one second. I'm trying to send something to somebody. Let's see if I can. Um, I want to hear you guys. Listen, I've been having a whole conversation by myself. My mic was muted. Sorry, guys. I'm so sorry. Welcome to Chanel's Reality. I'm Chanel, and this is my reality. I've been talking for 5 minutes by myself. Anyways, I wanted to come on here today because I really want to have an honest, um, authentic, real conversation about why our society is okay with human trafficking. Why is it okay for us to live out loud um, in a society that has made it's like we live in a RAPE culture. I can't say that word. We trivialize it. It's beyond me how you can trivialize human trafficking, how you can trivialize, people forced labor or trivialize someone being trafficked in any way. Why is it okay? Like I just it's very perplexing to me, And I think, I've said before on other videos, I've said before that people our society has toxic conditioning. And to me, the way I describe it or define it is we have been, what's the right word? Conditioned decade after decade, year after year, century after century to accept things that go against our own best interest, right? So, for example, the toxic conditioning to me is when Cassie or any of the other victims, it doesn't have to be her, but I'll just use women since I'm a woman. But when women speak out against things like SA or being R'd by whomever, our society immediately pounces onto them, onto the victim, or whoever the person is that's alleging said lewd and lascivious acts. They immediately pounce on those people. And then they throw out all their different tactics, which are like distraction tactics. So, like for example, Diddy's attorney, when they were unsuccessful in getting bail, with all of the things that Diddy was prepared to, give up everybody in his family, even I think his 2-year-old baby's passport and $50 million. The justice system still said no, and they're perplexed about that. Then they come out and they blame Cassie, the victim, and say that, that videotape of him, and I'm paraphrasing, of him viciously attacking Cassie in a hotel room, in a public hotel room or a public hotel hallway, let me say, is her fault. She provoked him. There was all this provocation while she was running away. Show us. We showed you Cassie, the South District of whomever showed you their proof. Where is this proof? Um, I would say this. I have a problem with the people who speak very loudly and have said things about Cassie or other victims where, they constantly say, "Oh, it's a money grab," or it's they just want to destroy, this wealthy black man's empire or his career or his they want to attack his character. And then when someone shows you the character, you still don't believe. You double down on it, right? And it's just I'm like, I just want someone to make it make sense for me, because I'm like, I'm at a loss because I want to know how much proof does one need to conclude that another person is a savage, evil, sociopathic human being? How much proof do you need? How much evidence do you need to comprehend that it's utter stupidity to give people a pass? Meaning, when I say people, any human being, a pass simply because they're a celebrity. What type of evidence do you need to be presented to you for you to move past the fact that they're a celebrity, that it's a man, that it's a black man, that it's a white man, any man? that, move beyond that. Someone isn't trying to attack this man because he's a black man. We're not trying to attack this man because he's simply a man. We're not trying to attack this man because he has power that we somehow need or want. We're not attacking this man simply because he's wealthy or because he's influential or because he's handsome. Oh, and he has a family. Why are you trying to destroy this wealthy black man who, has set the hip hop industry ablaze, and he's helped shape the careers of all these, celebrities? When are we going to knock it off with Bill Cosby was trying to buy NBC? No proof of that, but okay, we'll roll with it. He was trying to buy NBC. So explain to me how this man was trying to buy NBC and got sued a few times, and suddenly he's broke. Him and his wife, they got to get rid of all their staff and whatever else. But this man was so big and so powerful and had all the money to buy NBC, and they just wanted to stop this successful black man. Y'all make it make sense for me. That's stupidity. Are there dark parts of our country? Absolutely. Our country, and not only our country, this world has a whole bunch of dark things going on and a whole big dark history to go along with it, with regard to race, especially. But we have a dark history towards any minority, if you really want to keep it a book. So why people are acting brand new, I don't understand. I'm like, to all of those people that don't think Bill Cosby did it, or Kelly or Weinstein or whomever, right? Donald Trump. Y'all letting Donald Trump come. You trusting him around your kid, around your 17-year-old, around your wife? Y'all trusting R. Kelly around your 15-year-old? All of the people that want to still break bread with Diddy and everybody else that allowed him and helped him do what the Southern District of New York said he has done or is accusing him of. Y'all letting Diddy hang out with y'all 15-year-olds? Y'all, well, I'll do you one better. Diddy's, you know, we're going to put all the allegations onto a flyer and then mail it out to your community and say, hey, listen, this guy, this new Diddy guy, we've hired him to work as a math teacher, you know, in your 7th grade class with your children. We're just going to put what he did. We're not going to put that he's black. We won't even put we won't even put his gender. We're just going to say we've hired a person to teach math at your school, at your son's school or your daughter's school. They start in 2 weeks. But we just wanted to, advise you guys. These are some, allegations, because that's what people love to say. We need to let the process play out, and then we can say something. So we just need to let the process play out. You letting the process play out if you get a flyer to come to your house that says this person has been selected to teach and be around your children? Or this guy he's now your, direct supervisor. He's supervising your daughter or your son at the McDonald's up the street at the Popeyes. And if you really want to keep it a book, because they swear Cassie was there because she wanted what he had. So doesn't everybody that go to the job want what the employer has? Do they not? Make it make sense. I use both sides of my brains over here on Chanel's Reality, right? So make it make sense. When you applied for your job, you weren't looking for something in return. You weren't looking for money. You weren't looking for advancement. You weren't looking for success. Those are not things that you were looking for. What were you looking for then? If you have a problem with Cassie and all the others coming to a well-established man like Diddy and saying, you know, to the public, he's this boss, he's this mogul, he's made all these people rich and wealthy and changed their lives, and I am talented and he's the employer and I applied to this job, but I am not getting what I applied for. I am getting harassed, I'm getting trafficked, I am getting beaten within an inch of my life. And people can easily excuse it away with because, well, if you didn't like it, then, you just wanted what Diddy wanted, which is the fame and the fortune. Well, your daughter just, wanted to work. She just wanted to go to work, feed her kids. And unfortunately, the guy she worked for, had a fetish He had a lot of baby oil and he wanted to do all kinds of sexual acts with her. It's a part of it. Listen, if you don't want to get paid and you can't subject yourself to this, then move on. Why are we okay with telling the victim to just move on? Why are we not holding those people accountable? Why? Carmen, you can click the link if you want to join me here on the panel. You don't have to say anything if you want to. Carmen says all of these faithful supporters of his could have been his silent victims. Exactly. They could have. I'm just saying I want us to have a deeper conversation. I need us to stop making excuses and standing behind the wall of we need to not allow the world, this fictitious wall, we need to not allow the world to take down this wealthy black man. He's a wealthy black man. Great. He's a talented black man. Great. Who isn't? Okay, great. That's fine. We know men that are black or white or whatever can be wealthy and talented and influential. We know all of these things. These are not new concepts. When are we going to stop allowing his skin color to determine whether or not he's guilty? When are we going to stop allowing his wealth to determine whether or not he's guilty of what the Southern District of New York has accused him of? When are we going to stop allowing his position in society to let you give him a pass because he has a position? When are we going to stop allowing and giving people a pass because he cute? Chris Brown, come to the front. When are we going to stop this nonsense? Trey Songz, come to the front. All these cute guys, evil, allegedly. And let me say one more time before I get too deep into it. Thank you for joining, me, Chanel, on Chanel's Reality. I'm Chanel, and this is my reality. And everything here on Chanel's Reality is alleged, and in my opinion, and for entertainment purposes only. Um, when are we gonna, stop supporting him simply because he a black man and giving him his day in court only because he a black man? We're not gonna look at we're not gonna read one law document. We're not gonna read one lawsuit that was filed against this man. We're not doing none of that. Why? Because he's black, because he's wealthy, because he's powerful, because he's influential, because he's handsome, or because he has a family. These are the reasons our society, idiots in our society, have decided to trivialize and make RAPE culture okay. So what are you going to do when what Diddy has done, allegedly done, swings around to your daughter? Swings around to your aunt, swings around to your granddaughter, to your niece, because you want to protect him simply and only because he brown. Or you want to protect this person simply and only because they're a celebrity. Harvey Weinstein, R. Kelly, Bill Cosby, and now and on and on and on. When is it going to be enough? When are you not going to allow his complexion to be his protection? When are we as a society going to wake the fuck up? And let's keep it a book. This is a lot to do with celebrity culture. What I'm talking about, a lot to do with celebrity culture. But we could take the celebrity completely all the way out of it, right? Let's remove the celebrity, the wealth, and all that. Let's eliminate those things, right? Those things that make people like lose their fucking mind and somehow become drones and listen. They just, it's like, where is your common sense? It makes me wonder. I'm like, are you using both sides of your brain when you're allowing this fuckery to go on and you're minimizing it, trivializing it? It was just baby oil. Why this man can't fly out some prostitutes if he wants to? Why he can't have as much sex as he wants to have? Why are y'all all in that man business like that? You gonna say that if that's your daughter that he having his way with? Why are we trying to figure out how we get bail for this man and thinking that he should get bail? He didn't put up $50 million. And so the $50 million allows you to be like okay with the fact that he's done these treacherous things. That's all you need is money. I just want to know why are so many people allowing his skin color to remove him from any blame? Why are people allowing someone's skin or gender or position in life, skin color, to remove that person from any fault? Why does this man's influence and wealth allow our society to absolve him of all wrongdoing? I don't know how another way to explain what happened on that videotape other than to say that what I saw was hateful, revengeful, reckless, dangerous, savage behavior. Stop me when I'm lying about something. And then people are lying like, oh, well, she was cheating. She should have been cheating. Let's be clear. Yes, you're being forced to lay down with all of these other people that you have not consented to lay down with. Y'all more worried about this man's ability to continue to be wealthy and be black than the welfare and the safety of people like Kim Porter, who rests her soul in peace. She is no longer here. Kim Porter and others have seemingly gone on to glory mysteriously, suddenly. When are we going to understand that this man? I don't understand. I would love for people to chime down in the chat and help me understand why bail is even an option for this man. And let's be clear, I'm aware of the judicial system. I worked in it. I worked in children's court for many, many years. So I'm aware that, or family court, drug court, all of that. I'm aware that, everybody is supposed to have, the presumption of innocence in a court of law, right? But in the court of public or the court of society, we can't allow victims to have that same thing. We can't allow the victims to know, have the judicial process play out. Why we can't let it play out? Why we gotta put a statute of limitation on whether or not this person can be charged and convicted of heinous crimes? We only put those statutes in place when harm comes to people who are at a disadvantage in this country and in our society, because it doesn't benefit the victims. The victims don't have trauma for their whole entire life. And I'm not talking about you're walking around as a walking victim. I'm not saying that. I'm talking about not being able to go to sleep at night, not feeling safe in your own home, not being able to really be involved and um live out sexual fantasies that your partner or your husband, your wife have because of what happened to you at 19, like Cassie, because of what happened to you at 7, like so many others, because of what happened to people like Amanda Bynes, allegedly, and all of the people at the, Nickelodeon. Go look it up. What's the name of that documentary? Silent on Set or something like that? Quiet on Set? Why do people think? It is okay. Why have we proven RAP culture? Why is the conversation Diddy should get bail? He should be allowed to be free. This man is clearly a menace to society. He is clearly a liar. He sat up there and he did a whole campaign. Enough is enough. These people trying to attack my character and my um my future, and they're trying to take everything away from me and whatnot. Right? He's the victim. So narcissistic. You've done some heinous things, but you the victim. Okay, child. We should give him bail. Right, but we're gonna put Cassie under the jail for exposing him. I want to know why people still rationalizing and justifying reasons P. Diddy should receive bail. I want Usher to pick a lane and stay in it. He sat on Stern. Howard Stern asked him, and let's be clear, I can't stand Howard Stern. He's just a menace to society too. But he sat on that man's, I guess XM radio or whatever it was at the time, and Howard Stern asked him about going to quote unquote flavor camp for Diddy, right? Howard Stern asked Usher, after they talked about it a little bit, hey, would you let your child go to flavor camp with Diddy? He said, hell no, immediately. But you sent poor Justin Bieber over there. You don't think you, Usher, would send your child there because of what you know. But somehow, I guess you got amnesia when it came to Justin Bieber. You got amnesia about what happened to you or those curious situations that you said you didn't know if you could really indulge. You forgot. You got amnesia? Of course not. Of course you know exactly what happened to you. Of course you remember, right? It's an open secret. We didn't know the public didn't know, but you knew. And you still willingly, well, let me take that part back. I'll give him this much grace. Maybe he was in a situation to where he knows from his experiences of being around Diddy and what he saw while he was in flavor camp with Diddy. Maybe that made him so afraid that he was just like, whatever Diddy wants, that's what Diddy's gonna get. Because last time I checked, that's what Cassie said when young Jock or somebody was explaining or recalling a time that he was around them and Diddy told her to shave her half her head off or half her hair off or something like that. And she did it and he was like, you really serious? And she was like, yeah, I'm paraphrasing. And this is all alleged. Yeah, I'm gonna do whatever Diddy says, allegedly. So somebody got the power to tell you to just shave off half your head of hair and you are in such fear and so um I don't know what the right word is right now, but probably fear is probably a good one, but you're in so much fear that if you don't do what this man tells you to do, what will happen? And I'm sure they probably had some trauma bonding going on. So Cassie has all these chemicals, and he addicted her to drugs and all this is what she alleges in her lawsuit against Sean P. Diddy Shitty Combs, right? She has she's supposed to have all her faculties together, even though he's forcibly making her utilize drugs and he's trafficking her and all of these things. But she's supposed to be inside her own right mind so that she can leave. She's supposed to be able to make sound decisions under the influence of alcohol and whatever type of drugs he was forcing her to take. She's supposed to have enough strength, despite seeing how his exes have been treated, seeing how His one of his children's mom mysteriously came up missing, and all the other people that have come up missing suddenly in this man's wake over the years. She's supposed to believe she's going to be any different once she's seen how much of an evil human being he is. She's supposed to have all this fight in her, no fear, just fight. I just want people to wake up. And I don't even understand why giving this man bail, or even honestly the benefit of the doubt after you've seen what you've seen, is a part of the conversation. Is a part of the rationalization. But I think what bothers me the most is the amount of people that can't even see or comprehend, and it doesn't even occur to them, doesn't even occur. How would they feel? How would they want to be treated if this was their life? If at 19 they met some powerful person that they probably, admired in some way, or at least they met this powerful person and had heard about them and, was in the right room at the right time, have the right talent, the right beauty, the right whatever, right? Just like you go into your job and you're presenting your qualifications because you want the money, the power, the success, the compliments, whatever. How is you wanting those same things for your life, for your husband's life, for your wife's life, for your children's life, any different than her? She just had a different talent and a different dream. How is you going to apply for whatever job anywhere and wanting to succeed and wanting to have money and wanting to be able to live a great lifestyle, wanting to use your talents or whatever gifts God has given you or whatever education you've acquired? What is different with Cassie? Was she not doing the same exact things that everyone else who works and wants to be successful at whatever it is that they are trying to achieve? Was she not doing those things? She's not to expect that she should get paid for the labor. She's not to expect that she should get something in return for whatever it is that she's contributed to said job. Are you not going to expect that they're going to pay you when you go to work? You're not gonna your expectation is that you're gonna be treated poorly simply because you came here for a job? And if you don't like it, you can just leave. That's the expectation you're gonna tell your daughter and any or son in any job they go apply to, that they shouldn't be there to get money. They shouldn't be there to gain, influence or power. They shouldn't be there for a paycheck. They shouldn't be there to come up. They shouldn't be there to be more successful. They should simply go there, shut the hell up, and do work and then not get paid for it and be subjugated to all kinds of reckless, just traumatic situations. That's what you would tell your child, that that's what they should expect when they go and apply for a job somewhere? How is she different? Is that what you would expect? When you applied for your job, did you not want money? Were you not there to be successful? Or did you not choose that company or select that company because you felt like that company could provide you, money and success? Were you not there? Did you not select them so that you could come up in the world? So that you could utilize your tools, talents, education? You didn't select them because they were the best selection based on the good, I'm sorry, the other opportunities out there? You're gonna tell me you didn't, negotiate how much money you think you're worth and then expect to get that money and expect that everything that they put in the job description and the benefits package is what's actually going to come out of it? This man promised this lady 10 albums. We already know if they are promising you that, then never. That's a cat bag. They want you to sign your life away when they're really just the 19-year-old is thinking, well, I'm so great. They're going to sign me to 10 albums. No, that is a trap to keep you there. That's what he did to her, in my opinion. But why are we expecting anything less for this young lady than what we would expect for ourselves? What we would demand. When you go and look for employment, are you not looking for the best company with the best benefits that's gonna, give you, good health care and, time off for Christmas and time off to spend with your families? Are you expecting that when you show up for work to be violated and then expect it to come back and then harassed if you don't? I just want people to have a real conversation. Help me understand. I do understand. It's all rhetorical, but it's just so mind blowing to me. And I don't even know why my mind is blown because I've worked with so many victims of all kinds of things. When are we going to wake up and start valuing people's experiences over money? When are we going to value human life and experience over someone's skin tone? When are we going to value what someone brings to the table, their gifts, talented knowledge, and anything else in between there, before we just give it away simply because they're a man or wealthy or a celebrity? When will it be enough to convince anyone? When will your expectation? When will you tell your child? What conversation are you going to have with your child, your teenager that's starting out work and looking for a job? You going to tell them to go to work, go find a job that's going to trick you, that's going to abuse you, that's going to use you, not compensate you. And then when you try to rebuff them in any way, humiliate you, blackball you, and everything else in between, when is that going to happen? I'm sorry. I have people talking in the background. I got confused. Is that what you're going to tell your child? No, of course not. Nobody would expect you to, including your child and the companies. They ain't expecting that because it's unlawful and they know it. It's unfair and unreasonable and they know it. It's illegal and they know it. It's the reason we supposedly have these HR departments. Don't get me down that rabbit hole, but you get what I'm saying. When are we going to stop glorifying people simply because they are a celebrity? When are we going to no longer have P. Diddy be, yes. When are we no longer going to have P. Diddy and all the other ones? When are we no longer going to hold them in reverence and give them a pass because of their status, because of their race, because of their gender? Because of their wealth. These are the reasons that people give people passes. He made such cute music. R. Kelly. Chris Brown is so cute. You gonna tell your daughter to go hang out with him after he beat the brakes off of Rihanna? He clearly has an anger problem, and it hasn't stopped. He had the same anger problem with, what was that lady's name, Ruchi or Karuchi or whatever, and a million other people. But it's not Chris's fault. Just like it ain't Diddy's fault. It's Clive Davis's fault that Diddy is this way. Stop it. I know too many people who've been through horrific things that their parents and others have done to them, and they don't then go and do those things to others. So knock it all the way off. With these excuses about, well, I can't blame him. This is what happened to him. So what? It's happened to millions of people. Stop with this nonsense that because so I need y'all to just pick a lane. So on one hand, he can't, we need to give him some a little bit of a pass, and because this is what happened to him, and so he can't really help himself. We got to be understanding. Clive Davis did this to this man, so we got to be understanding that he had to give up his butt, and so therefore he's going to do all of that, and it was hard for him. They made it hard for him, and this is what happened to him as a child. He was abused and he was this, that, and the third. And so therefore, how can we dare expect him to do anything else? So how are you going to say that and then in the same breath say, well, he's a mogul and he's a boss and he's a billionaire and he's this, that, and the third? Pick a lane. It can't be both. Stop me when I'm lying about something. You either going to glorify this man and talk about how much wealth he has and that he's, some big boss, successful black entrepreneur, mogul, and all the other words that they want to use to describe him, and talk about how he's, this great person and he's built all this wealth. Well, last time I checked, he was so impaired over here with whatever he went through with Clive Davis. So which one is it? Are we going to talk about giving him a break simply because he went through whatever he went through allegedly with Clive Davis? Or are we going to talk about how much he's a boss and he's wealthy and we need to leave black men alone? They are being out here being excellent. We can't just let society take another black man down. This has nothing to do with society. This has everything to do with your ignorance and your ability to sit here and turn your head to the other side while this man is running around the world being a menace to society, trafficking, raping, and everything in between, beating and allegedly unaliving people. Where's your line? Where is your moral compass? I'm not saying you don't have the right to question. I'm not saying you don't have the right to say, you know what, this doesn't really add up to me. I'm not saying you don't have the right to say, I want to give him, due process just like anyone else, and that I would want to have if that was my father or my husband or whatever. I get it. But like I said from the beginning, it's an open relationship. I mean, an open secret. And he ain't the only one. It's all of these people that they've named over the years. They knew about him before they gave that man the key to the city in New York. They knew about him before they allowed him to run around the world and sell Ciroc. They knew about it. This allegation, what happened to Cassie didn't start with Cassie. You think they didn't know about what happened to Albie Shore and all the other people that are mysteriously gone that was in his orbit? Tupac, Biggie, and whomever else. All these people. But y'all just gonna turn away. We gonna just we can't have this mogul that happens to be, same skin color as us. He happens to be the same gender as us. We can't have that for him. We gotta let him make it because of all the other black men that didn't make it, or all the other men that didn't make it. But we can't have no understanding for the victims. Ask yourself, how well would you sleep at night if Cassie was your daughter? If Kim Porter was your mom or your sister or your aunt? You sleeping good? If you okay with it, just understand. People really wake up when it's on their doorstep. Don't let it come to your doorstep and destroy your daughter's life, your wife's life, your husband's life, your bestie's life. Fill in the blank with whomever it is that you love. It doesn't have to happen to you for it to be true, for it to be believable. It doesn't have to happen to you for it to be. You don't have to see it. You don't have to witness it to know that someone's telling the truth. I believe in due process. I do. Because sometimes you don't know the situation. Sometimes you don't know the history, right? So I believe in that. This man has had 30 years to change his behavior, and he still hasn't. Even after she filed a lawsuit last November, almost a year ago, he kept on. He still was doing whatever he was doing. He denied everything. And then once the world saw it on CNN, suddenly he's apologizing. Like I said, everything in this video is alleged, is in my opinion, and it's for entertainment purposes only. And innocent until proven guilty. So I don't know because I wasn't there. But I'm going to tell you one thing. My elevator definitely goes to the top. That's it. That's all. Chime down in the comments. Let me know what you guys think about everything I said. What you think about why our society is so cool with human trafficking and all these other savage behaviors. Things that many people have given a pass to. Like I said, the RAPE culture. The celebrity culture. It's toxic. Teach your kids better. Teach your sons better. Teach your daughters better. We got to do better as a human race. We cannot continue to just turn a blind eye. Keep turning that blind eye until no one is looking around for anything. And the moment you need help, no one's going to be available because everybody got their headphones on and they got their shades on and they're not worried about what's going on with you. Imagine that's you. Imagine being attacked within an inch of your life, not only after you survived shitty ditty situation. Imagine being attacked in your community and by the whole world simply because you're trying to hold somebody accountable for what they did to you. I just want people to use their brains, use both sides of your brains. Again, thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of Chanel's Reality. I'm Chanel, and this is my reality. Please hit all of my buttons, the subscribe button, the like button, and everything else. If you are enjoying this content, hit the notification button so you'll know when I go live, when I upload. It's a free and easy way to support my channel. So until next time, y'all be well. Bye.